Fine. I'm picking Trump. Yeah.
You son of a bitch. You want this country to go to... No, just joking. I got Trump, too, in a landslide.
Take it away from him. Barn is alive again.
Got me in my hormones, all gas, no brakes, score 4-0. If you think you own this place, you get 4 goals. I've been in my head, but it's not a matter of T3.
You know what means in sports show in Greek myths?
What do you mean?
Oh, man. I'll tell you what I mean. I mean, we're here at episode 331. One time. You're listening to the Sports Show at Sports Show Podcast. Look for the blue and white logo. Subscribe to the channel, both on the Instagram and the YouTube. Again, at Sports Show Podcast, Instagram, YouTube, blue and white logo. Please subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, Amy might be out of a job. Okay?
Well, you know.
I don't know.
You know what?
Hey,
you know what?
Amy, we're forgiving people, but that Christmas bonus.
Hey.
You're going to want that bonus.
You were on a heater. What? I know you got a real job. I respect that. I do. Just saying. So, anyways.
Please don't leave us.
No.
Podbean, Spotify, CGSW, 90.9 FM on the dial.
Yeah.
What else do we got going on here, Mitch? What's happening? Again, we're here for
Buddy,
another Friday.
We're here for another Friday show.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Friday.
We had to get downstairs to get the official sponsor, Carl Jr.'s, to the show. And
yeah,
allegedly.
We have like the worst high school scam going on. I'd like a cup just with ice. You have to buy something. Okay, we'll take 1 Coke and 2 cups of ice. We're older by everyone by
easily 20 years. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
In my case, 20. Yeah, for sure.
So fun. And then the best part is I just downed a whole bowl.
Yeah, you did.
Of
ginger. No, what was it? Barbecue
chicken.
Yeah. It looked good.
You know, these Chinese restaurants, man, that barbecue chicken.
It's the sauce game. They got it down to a science.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
They have great sauces.
They do. Well, you know, here's a little history lesson for everyone. Back in the day, you know, they had their revolutions and their thing. The famine was a real thing there. So
right.
I'm assuming that they had to come up with the sauce to make anything that they had to eat. I mean, they literally had to eat anything, right? Like from insects to whatever. So I'm thinking, you know what? They created all these sauces so that things would taste better. That's what I think.
It's not terrible.
I'm just saying.
I obviously ordered.
This is it. You know, in a lot of ways, you can learn a lot of things on this podcast. Listen, last week I got some calls and some emails about the show, and people are loving some of our bits. You know, our bit game is getting a little better.
It's on a heater. The big game's on a heater.
It's not bad.
And just imagine if we just stopped.
We can't just stop. Can we?
Dan, can you talk to her?
Yeah.
What's
Dan,
up? What's
happening here?
What's with this job stuff?
Yeah. I mean, you seem pretty successful and loyal. Put a ring on it.
We don't ask for much.
I don't ask for much.
We don't ask.
Yeah.
But Dan, you're going to have to put more hours in.
I think so.
Because we need aim.
Actually, Dan, do you know how to cut clips? Do you think? Do you know?
We could never do that.
No.
Do you?
No. I mean, they're the same person.
Amy's literally going to do this episode and be like, I'm getting fired.
No. So anyways, I was perusing the nets, right? You know me, perusing the nets. Yeah. And hey, baseball. You started. We barely paid attention to you. You got to the playoffs. I got a little excited.
Right.
And then you guys got to the World Series. Hey, baseball got excited. A little Yankees, little Dodgers.
Big markets.
Collision course, 7-gamer for... Oh, it's over. It's Dodgers won.
Oof.
4-1.
Ooh.
And I watched a lot of it. I'll be honest. I watched more baseball during the World Series than I watched all year long. And can I just say something? If this is what baseball is now offering, I am not buying. And this was the two juggernauts going at it. I'm sorry. What happened to pitching? Every time I turn the TV, some team was up 1 or 2-0 in the first inning. I turn it back again to get back to it. And some teams now up 8-0. Or 8-5. It was just back and forth. Do you know what the most exciting time of the World Series was? Was just this last game, Game 5, where Mookie goes into the crowd to grab a foul ball. He grabs it. The fan grabs his hand and glove, wrenches it open and flips. That was the best part of the World Series.
That's sad. but amazing at the same
but
time.
But it really great. Yeah.
Really great.
Good drama.
Look, you know what I realized about watching the finals?
Sure.
How much or how useless the regular season actually is.
Yes. Yes.
Look, I'm not kidding, you guys. I'm not kidding. I would much rather see baseball just do the college thing. Just tell me which teams we need to see.
Good idea.
And just let's have it. Like, just tell me.
Oh,
162 games.
To your point, look, you had the Dodgers, okay?
Fine.
Big payroll, they're in. New York Yankees, big payroll, they're in. New York Mets this year, in. Good. Atlanta, good. In. Yeah. San Diego, big payroll, good. You're in. San Francisco's usually in there. Okay, sure. I know there's other ones like Boston. Yeah, you got to be in there. Boston's got to be in. I'll go down the list, but the point is somewhere around the 10 team mark, I think we can get rid of a lot of them.
I don't disagree.
I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is.
It's crazy, and I just looked. I'm like, well, of course these are the teams there.
Yeah.
And you picked the Dodgers, and good for you. I wanted the Yankees to win. I got a soft spot for.
Can I tell you something? I do. I like the Yankees more than the Dodgers. I only took them because their team is stacked.
It's stacked.
And here's the thing. Yeah. You know what we realized as well? We realized one thing. Pitching is real. You need a pitcher. Yankees, for all that money you spent on Aaron Judge and the other guys on the team, Soho, go put some on pitching. You guys need some pitching.
They need the pitching.
And I also found out that Freddie Freeman is a killer. Aaron Judge, not a killer.
Oof.
Freddie Freeman, killer.
He's just an error killer.
Buddy, that was amazing. And I mean, come on, Aaron Judge, you're going to win MVP. Congratulations. You hit 56, 58 home runs, something like that. Okay, great. I guess all you really do, technically, because that fly ball, man, that's another thing. Talk about baseball is that one sport. You mess up just a little bit, it opens the floodgates for everyone to just mess up.
Crazy.
It was weird. Okay, he dropped it. Big deal. Why is everyone so perplexed now? Why is everyone so out of sorts? It was one mistake.
Yeah, it was a pretty costly one, though.
It's like being in your firm. Imagine you're in your firm, right? And the receptionist did something wrong. And then all of a sudden, the accountant does something wrong. And then you do something wrong.
Yeah, and you
it's like everybody does.
It's like, I can't believe it. She forgot to order coffee beans, and now we're filing for bankruptcy. The hell happened over here? Exactly. That happened to the Yankees in that game.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
How do you blow so many leads?
They were up 5-0 in baseball. You know how hard it is to lose like
it's hard.
Lead? It is hard.
That's hard.
Buddy, hockey, you're up 5-0. That's a good lead.
Yeah.
Baseball, 5-0. That's a good lead.
And
basketball, not so much. Fine. Yeah, 5 points is not a big deal. Football, it is and it isn't. But those two sports, it's a big lead.
Mitch, the worst part is in baseball, you're watching what the other team's going to bring to you. There's no surprise. It's like you at bat. Guys, he's hitting. It's that guy.
That's what they should do.
There's no what's coming.
One of baseball's like rules is you got to show your lineup card to the other team. They're like, okay, these are the 9 guys I'm going with. These are my 9 guys.
Oh.
What if?
Oh, please.
You're like, this is my team, but I'm not telling you who's playing where. And I'm not going to tell you who's hitting next.
Imagine if they had WWE entrances.
Now you're onto something.
It's like, and who's 2 outs?
Yes.
Top of the 9th.
Yes.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. You got some guy like the Warrior. He's just running right out of the field.
Wait a minute. It's Vladdy. What? They got Vladdy. You can make like trades at the last minute. Vladdy Guerrero's here. What?
It's his tag team partner, Nick Foles.
You know what? In 2 minutes. In the 2 minutes of us talking about baseball, we just made it so much better.
Way better. Way better.
Okay, just baseball. Yeah. We're good at this. People take our ideas all the time. This is a good one. This can work.
This is.
You're not wrecking anything. Think about everything staying the same. We're not telling you to change rules.
Yeah.
Just change a couple of things. Just how you introduce the game a little.
Yeah.
That's it. Just saying.
I think baseball should just have a rule where 2 teams get together and they just say, listen, do you guys actually want to play? It's almost like poker, like blackjack insurance.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure.
Like, look, okay, how about this? Yankees will give you the win, but Aaron Judge only gets 1 home run this game. And we'll give you the win.
Yeah,
fine.
That's a good idea.
Just be done with it.
Yeah. Listen, I'm liking everything about it. The next thing I saw as I was cruising the nets, minding my own business, dude, What do you do? Let me ask you a scenario, okay?
Sure.
You're going to be a legend one day. I see it in my eyes. I can pick a winner from a mile away. This guy across from me, one day, he's going to have a statue. I see it. But along the way, you're going to win championships, titles. People are going to consider you the GOAT. And then comes that day where we present you with the trophy right in front of your business, right in front of your, maybe in front of your house. I don't know. And they unveil it. And Dwayne Wade, this is who I'm talking about. We all know who I'm talking about. Looks up and says, "What the
Who's that?
What did you guys just do?
Yeah.
This is how you think of me?" Dude, 2 things that I got out of this. A, statues. Maybe you guys got to stop doing the statues.
Not good.
Number 2, whoever does statues and you're not up there yet, niche market, there's a hole that needs to be filled right now.
I've realized, don't cheap out on statue labor.
I agree with you.
Listen, you get what you pay for. Clearly, this was low cost. Up and comer.
Came from Temu.
Just said,
no, saying.
I'm not, hey, Fiverr, can I get a statue? We get it. You can't go on Marketplace and say, "Hi, looking for a statue guy."
Yeah.
Area code 90210. Click. No, guys, stop it. Pay the money if you're going to do it. And here's the other thing.
Right.
You, statue guy.
Yeah.
How the hell can you call yourself a statue guy when you got some guy years ago that did the Michelangelo out of chiseled block marble? You have all the tools, computers, CGI. You can't get the face kind of right. You can't get
it's bad, man.
Bad. It looks like I don't know how he did it, but he literally looks like a white guy with plastic surgery in the statue.
Yeah, dude. I
don't know how he did it.
It was horrible.
But this guy did it.
And this is where I kind of feel bad for Dwayne Wade. The guy's retired. He's at home more often. He's doing the errands. He's running groceries. Hey, Dwayne, it's the Miami Heat. Hey, guys, how's it going? Listen, man, you won us a championship. We love you. We're going to honor you. We're going to jersey, all that stuff. We're putting a statue up. What? Are you guys serious? Thank you. Shows up and sees that. Dude, it was so bad, man. It was so bad.
It's actually,
I would have walked away. I literally would have walked. And then whoever's responsible for statue, meaning like the management, that's like, okay, bring the statue and we're going to take a look at it. Like, don't tell me you didn't see it before it was unveiled.
You couldn't send it back?
You couldn't send it back and go, "Hey, Dwayne, listen, man." I mean, he's not going to be mad at you. You're like, "Dwayne, listen. You saw what they did to Ronaldo's a couple months ago in this." Yeah, man. Apparently the guy did the same thing.
What do you mean, this one?
We're changing the date. We're sorry. Yeah,
look, it's Ronaldo's statue.
Buddy, like, what is going on here?
If I get a statue like you say, it's going to look like Mitch.
And if I get a statue, it'll look like Dimitri?
What?
What is happening here?
Man, listen, I just, portraits are good. The statue, man. Who's doing it? Listen, and here's the other thing. Why don't you just commission a guy that has done a good job with statues to avoid that?
And even if it's going to take him 20 years. Like, I know it sounds crazy. Maybe 20 is a little excessive. But he's like, "Listen, I got like 5 statues I'm working on. This is going to be a 10-year plan." Okay, we'll do it in 10 years. That's fine. He's already retired. Chances are he's going to live for another 10. We're fine. We'll wait.
I can't believe how bad it is.
It was horrible.
It's too horrible.
I just look at Dwayne Wade going, for all the work I've put in, this is how you guys repay me?
That's an insult.
It is.
It's an insult. I would have knocked the statue over.
Can I be honest? If I'm ever presented as trophy, like imagine like the next guy, like LeBron. They're obviously going to do a statue of LeBron. Yeah. I'd be like, no, I'm good. No, thank you.
I'm good. Thank you. Breakfast. I'll take the free breakfast. Just give me the breakfast.
No. I'm good. I'm good.
But we got no.
No, I told you I'm fine. I'm good.
Dwayne Wade would have been better off if he would have been like, "Hey, can you just, like, I retired during COVID, just put a mask on me, please. Like, can you just do a statue?"
Oh my God, that's a great idea.
It would have been better.
Great idea. Yeah.
Like, I know that. That's Dwayne Wade.
Oh, yeah,
COVID.
That's kind of his eyes, kind of.
Yeah,
not really, but yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. Do you think it's the same statue guy we have here in Calgary for all those art pieces we got around the city?
Oh, don't even. Don't even.
All right, we're talking about our city of Calgary. Calgary has a hockey team. Let's get over to hockey.
Sure.
Okay. So this week I called Dimitri and I was like, you know what? I mean, the season's a couple of weeks in.
Yep.
Nothing too dramatic, going crazy. But last week it kind of piqued my interest. This whole 4 Nations thing.
Right.
And so I started Googling, getting on the nets and perusing, like you guys know. And I found something. So at the end of this month, November 29th to December 2nd, the roster for the Four Nations, especially for Canada, will be announced. So as I'm looking around, I found what seems to be maybe the roster that Team Canada will be, putting out there on the ice to represent Canada in the Four Nations. I was a little surprised, but this is a great opportunity to talk hockey and say, hey, do we not like? I'll give you the thing.
Sure.
You ready to go? All right,
ready.
Here we go. Start. So for Team Canada, Four Nations Cup, here we go. I'll start with the fourth line move up. Is that okay? All right.
Love it.
All right. Alex Lafreniere, he is. They're putting him on the fourth line. Nick Suzuki and Matthew Barzal. That's where they're thinking. And with the alternate, Connor Bedard.
Don't hate it.
Okay. All right. We go to the third line. Now, one thing I should mention, the Four Nations, all teams have guys that are juiced into the system. So when I say juiced in, that means they've been picked. They're on the team no matter what happens, whatever I say. Okay?
Okay.
So those three guys are not juiced in. They're just on the team, apparently, from what TSN is reporting at this point.
Okay.
And on the third line, they got Brad Marchand, juiced in. Sidney Crosby, juiced in. Mark Stone, second leading scorer in the NHL right now.
Oh, that's a tournament-winning line. That's third line?
That's third line. Wow. Second line, Stanley Cup winner, Sam Reinhart. Juiced in, Nathan McKinnon. Juiced in, Braden Point. Okay?
Okay.
First line, Zach Hyman. Juiced in, Connor McDavid. Mitch Marner. Thoughts on the forwards being sent to the Four Nations? Apparently, this is not 100%, but this is what a lot of the analysts are coming up with. Do you want me to go to the defense? I'll go to the defense and the goalies, and then we'll discuss which players maybe we like and don't like. How's that?
Yeah.
Juiced in, Cale Makar, leading the NHL, by the way, in scoring. Along his partner, Devin Taves. Okay? Second pairing, Josh Morrissey and Evan Bouchard from the Edmonton Oilers.
Okay.
Third pairing, Shea Theodore and Noah Dobson from the Islanders.
Okay.
And Chris Tanev is the alternate. Goaltenders, Jordan Billington, Stanley Cup champ from St. Louis. Aiden Hill, Stanley Cup champion, and from Calgary, I might add, the Las Vegas Golden Knights. And the third guy, they have Samuel Mammenbo from the Montreal Canadiens.
Right, from Montreal. Yeah, they were saying that.
They were saying that. Okay. So of the guys I just announced, that this is, again, prospective, high level. Who do you like? Who don't you like?
I don't like the Hyman.
Dude, Hyman, there's no reason for Hyman. I know you've talked about it before. Kunitz was part of Team Canada because of Crosby. But here's the thing. It was Kunitz, this is the way I remember, and tell me I'm wrong, because you know this better than me. Kunitz was the kind of guy, he would go to the corners and do all the dirty stuff to work with Sidney to make him better as well, and vice versa. Because Sidney's going to make you better no matter who you are, okay? But I don't see Zach Hyman making McDavid better. I see McDavid making Hyman better.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I agree. I agree. It's like, who are they giving up instead? I don't buy that.
And the Mitch Marner, you guys all know, I love my Mitch. I'm a Mitch guy. But he didn't convince me, especially in last year's playoffs.
Yeah, I get it.
I feel like we can replace him a little bit.
I don't mind that one.
Okay, let me throw some names at you. I'll just, now that, is there any names that jump at you that say, hey, why didn't they jump this guy?
Look, Sam Reinhart, I get why people want to put him on, but I don't know. I'm on the fence with something like that.
Listen, last year, 50-goal scorer, Stanley Cup champ. Right now, 7th in scoring. However, I do agree with you. I'm not against it, but I'm thinking to myself, he would be on the latter part of my list.
Right.
He could still make it, but he's on the latter cuts, okay? Here's a thought from your very own Florida Panthers, Sam Bennett. Here's my theory. I looked at this lineup. Let's assume this is the real team. You know better than me, you guys. Team USA is going to be stacked.
Outside of Marchand, there's no real grit on that team.
This is what I'm saying.
Like, even Hyman, I don't find Hyman a gritty player. He's just the guy who stands in front of the net.
Follow me on this idea. As I look at this team, they're talented. Of course they are. They're all
for sure
NHLers, right? They're great. Team USA stacked. I looked at Team Finland. They got a nice forward line, guys. They look good. And goaltending, they're fine. Sweden looks nice and solid, okay? Here's my thought. Why not be who everyone wants us to be and has won us in the past?
Sure.
Why can we not be? Why can we not be that gritty, nasty team? Sam Bennett, who's another name? Mark Scheifele from the Winnipeg Jets.
Right.
A little Peter Angelo, like for defense. Why aren't we going to be those nasty guys? Why don't we turn into those nasty guys? I don't know. I'm just thinking. I agree with you. I would like to see more grit on this team because this right now looks very not. No one's scared of us from that point of view.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, especially when I look at the third line, and these are older gentlemen.
Yeah.
To a degree that are playing. And that probably is almost as good as their number one line. What'd you say it was? Marchand, Crosby, and who?
For our number one line?
Number 3.
Number 3 is Brad Marchand, Crosby, and Mark Stone.
And Mark Stone.
Yeah.
Like, guys, I'm like, if that's your number 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I love it. But then I'm looking, I don't know, the Reinhardt and the Hyman. Sometimes people just overachieve and they get overhyped. Like, it's like I'm sitting there and I'm like, so is Hyman the be-all, end-all to play with McDavid? Like, he could play with anybody he wants.
Well, I'm looking at this fourth line. Right now, why wouldn't you go... Okay, Lafreniere's had a good resurgence.
Right.
And you got Nick Suzuki, captain of the Montreal Canadiens. Why not take a Bennett and put a Scheifele along with a Barzell? Now you got my attention.
I know, I like me my Scheifele, too.
Who doesn't like a Scheifele?
It's a good move.
I like it.
Okay. Canada's not what it once was.
No, it is not. You know where I'm really worried is the goaltending.
The goaltending.
Yeah,
we take it for granted.
We do take it for granted.
Maybe not so much in recent years. We're getting humbled. I still can't believe the Russians aren't here, Mitch.
Well, can we get into this? Last week, our bit, that's where a lot of people were calling us on. The Russian bit was amazing. But I think we were a little too easy on it. I'd like to go back to it. There is no reason whatsoever why we should not be able. As we're looking at this team, we need some Russians on this team.
Right.
Thoughts on how we get the Russians on Team Canada?
They got to play somehow.
They got to play somehow. It's a disservice to not have the Russians on this.
Unless they apply, like, if there's time to get like a residency,
right,
or a landed immigrant status in Canada.
We got a friend that works for, I think, the passport office.
Yeah, I think that's the only way. Otherwise, we have to like mask them in.
Look,
we have to change the names, Mitch.
How about that?
We talked about it last week.
How about this? Okay, I'll give you a name.
Okay,
you come up with a name. Okay,
sure.
Because this is not hard. Okay, we'll start with Kucherov. Okay, Nikita Kucherov. How do we make him more Canadian?
Well, Nikita's got to go.
It's got to go. That's kind of the giveaway. Yeah.
Immigration will look at him right away and
say, you're like, hey, you're a Moscow guy? St. Petersburg? Where are you from?
See, he's got to be Nick.
Nick
Cooch.
Nick Cooch.
His nickname's the Cooch.
Listen.
We call him the Cooch.
I had a friend in high school. We call him Nicky the Cooch. So the way I look at it, this could be him. Yeah. Nick Cooch.
So they'll think, where are you from?
Boom.
Manning.
Nick Cooch.
All right. I like it.
Alexander Ovechkin.
Who? You probably could keep Alexander.
No.
But
again,
no one goes.
That's a little too ethnic.
So Alex.
I like that.
What are you thinking?
Or
okay.
What's the equivalent of Alex in Canada? Allen.
Allen Kin.
Or Alan Ovek.
Alan Ovek.
I like that. Where are you from? Robson, Manitoba.
Who's going to challenge?
Who's gonna look?
No one's going to look.
No one's going to look.
Alan Ovek from Robson.
Okay, so we said we need a goalie.
Smart.
We need a goalie. Igor Shesterkin.
This
one's a little tougher.
Okay, so right away it's got to be Ian.
I like that. Ian. I had Ivan, but Ian's good. Ian's good. I like that better.
No way you could go Ivan.
You're right. You're totally right. You're totally right.
And
Ian.
Shesterkin.
Yeah.
Shaughnessy.
I was going to say Shanahan because then you can say, I'm Brendan.
No, because then they'll fact check.
Right?
It's too high
level. Yeah, you're right.
So dare I say.
What are you saying?
Shaughnessy. But dare I say you go, Shaughnessy.
Oh, buddy.
Because he's from the Maritimes.
And then we're like, they're never, They won't know. And his accent, because the guy's from.
He's Newfoundland. He's from Newfoundland.
He's from Newf.
Yeah, Ian O'Shaughnessy.
O'Shaughnessy. I'm writing that down.
Awesome.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good one.
Thanks. You need one more forward. Maybe one more forward.
Okay.
Artemi Panarin.
Artemi Adam.
I had Arnie.
I like that better.
Okay, Arnie, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arnie.
Arnold to Arnie, but he goes by Arnie.
Now, some people might like this one because I stole it from Step Brothers. Pam. Arnie Pan. I think I could be some help here.
Did you just fart? I can taste it. I love that movie, eh?
Great movie.
I thought you were going to say dragon.
No.
From now on, you call me Nighthawk.
But Dragon's not bad either.
Okay, so what did we say? Arnie?
Arnie?
And
Panarin.
Panarin. No. Arnie Aaron.
Arnie Aaron.
Just take the pan out.
I see what you're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
So Team Canada, listen. Winsport's right around the corner from my house. If you need this, I got it written down.
To Aaron, to O'Shaughnessy, he scores!
It's beautiful. Done. You're welcome. We just won the 4 Nations.
We did.
We just did it.
Yeah, the 4.5 nations.
This is all I'm saying, guys. This is all I'm saying. What have we said before? If you ain't cheating,
you ain't trying.
That's it. All right, we go over. How about a little Edmonton Oiler action? Connor's gone for 3 weeks.
Ooh, big
good.
hit.
Good news, bad news.
Bad news.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
Bad news.
Real quick though, you know what? I watched a little bit of that Nashville game the Oilers played. You know what? For the guy that got his money, Draisaitl's starting to...
Hey.
He's your guy.
We all thought
he nodded to you. He gave you the head nod.
He came out of the elevator.
Yeah, tell me the story again. Go ahead.
We recognized each other.
Yeah. Okay, tell me. No, tell. Yeah, go ahead.
He comes out. I'm there. I'm with the CD amongst other people, but we see he's got the head down.
Yeah, he's got that.
I give him one of these, and he gives me...
Give you the nod.
And he walked off.
He left, huh?
He knew.
He knew.
And I knew when he got his money that he'd perform. I knew.
You knew. I wasn't a big believer.
I knew.
But I'm starting to see.
He gone.
And since we're on the subject, look, a lot of people all day this week, like 3, 4, 5 people have told me, what happened to the Flames? What do you mean what happened to the Flames?
Come on, guys.
We knew this was going to happen.
See, this is why Calgary fan,
Come on now.
Come on. Frig off.
Dude, you didn't know. You knew.
Started 5-0. We're back. We knew. We just needed the reset. We knew this was going to happen. There it is. Flames torching the season. You guys. Stop it.
Enough.
What do you mean that these slot machines eat your money? What do you mean?
What?
Casinos are built to win?
Wait a minute.
Come on.
There isn't a prince in Africa?
That was a smart one.
Thank you.
That was a smart one.
All right, now we're off to everyone's favorite segment. It's like it's taking over, I think.
Okay.
It's the Sports Show Power Rankings.
Oh,
it is.
yes.
NHL Sports Show Power Ranking. Brought to you by Sinatra's. Come in, buy, and now leave. There's no sitting. There's no.
It's the In-N-Out. It's the In-N-Out burger of pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Ordering out Sinatra's. Get out of here!
At number 5, hey, listen. You're not going to like this, but at number 5, it's the Washington Capitals. They're there. 14 points. Not bad.
Listen, I'll tell you what else isn't bad. Little Ovechkin.
Maybe it's a little Magipani.
Little Magipani. You see what happens when we give these guys away for nothing?
At number 4, it's a team that spanked us this week. It's Las Vegas. It's not gambling when it's right. That's all I'm going to say, guys.
It's an investment.
It's an investment. That's right. At number 3, ladies and gentlemen, the Stanley Cup champions are back. The Florida Panthers starting to make their move.
Making the move.
They're looking good. They're looking good again. Those guys, I tell you, man, they are just, they're as guaranteed as death and taxes. At number 2, they're here tonight. It's the New Jersey Devils. Markstrom's back in Calgary.
Ooh, I like this team. Watch the second half.
They're fun.
Watch the second half.
They're fun.
You're looking maybe at division winners.
And at number 1, 2 weeks in a row, I'm going to start counting this. It's the Winnipeg Jets. Yeah, they lost one game, but they're only 9-1-0, hitting on all cylinders. Kyle Connor, I'm just saying.
Ooh.
Double first name. That's it. Not bad.
Gotta love me the Connor.
And that guy's American. He'll be on the 4 Nations Cup.
He's an Americano.
He's good.
Yeah.
From Michigan. Doesn't look like much, though, that guy.
He went, hold on a second. Yeah. If he went to Russia, would he be like Kirill,
Kornikov.
Yeah,
Konnikov.
Kirill Konnikov.
We should do that. Yeah. You know what? We'll do a MAGA MALAKA one day. We'll take people's names and reverse it into different ethnicities.
If they were born in different ethnicities. We got to be careful.
Hey.
I don't think for the CJSW show.
I think we should do it for the CJSW show. Diversity is big.
Diversity in the league.
It's big. That's all I'm saying. We're off to the NFL. Week 9, what does that mean? Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, we're halfway there.
Oh, Rodgers needs a prayer.
Buddy, funny you say that. He is coming up in this subject. But before we get to that, because we're at the halfway point, I want to talk about right now, who is your MVP halfway through the season? I'm going to give you 4 names. Give me a little rundown of each guy and tell me who you like.
All right, talk to me.
Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Baltimore Ravens. Derrick Henry.
Ooh.
Baltimore Ravens. Jared Goff.
Ooh.
Detroit Lions. And finally, Jaden Daniels, rookie, Washington Commanders. Who do you like as this year's halfway point MVP?
Listen, unfortunately, they will always give it to a quarterback unless proven otherwise. But what I will say is Derrick Henry,
Yeah.
to me, out of those 4, is the best player.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. There's no up or down game with him. After week 2, they gave him a little test in week 1, get him in the system, just kind of control him a bit for week 2. The floodgates are open now.
Yeah.
He cannot be stopped. He has not had one bad game.
No, you know what? He's definitely been the factor in why Baltimore right now, I think everyone's taking him just a little bit serious. And all of a sudden they go and get Devontae Johnson. They go pick him up from Carolina, wide receiver.
Right? Like couple.
Baltimore said we need, because here's the thing. And Baltimore fan, I know you're going to hate me when I say this. Lamar's got his MVP trophies. If he keeps going the way it's going, your point, Lamar will win his 3rd MVP.
Yeah.
But no Super Bowls. Those MVP trophies won't mean anything unless he gets that Super Bowl. Ask Aaron Rodgers about that. We'll get to that in a minute.
We'll get to you in a
But
second.
the point is, right now, if I had to pick an MVP,
Yeah.
no joke, listen, Jaden Daniels is intriguing me. This kid's on fire, but still too early.
Too early.
Derrick Henry, you said it earlier. He's a running back. He'd have to have an extraordinarily crazy season to get this.
Yeah.
Lamar, we've seen this. I don't like it. Put me down for a little Jared Goff right now. This Detroit Lions team is now starting to hit on all cylinders. They're scoring points left, right, and center. He's got the highest, percentage for completions.
Right.
I don't know, man. This Detroit team could take Jared Goff away, right? If the MVP means most valuable player and you take him out, is Detroit that same team? They're good. Are they this good? They play Green Bay this weekend. I'm pumped for that game, bro.
That's a good.
That's a good game.
And we know good games.
It's a good game.
It's a good game. Okay.
All right.
I
So
don't know what you're talking about. It's a
now
good game.
there's a new category. I don't know if you heard about this. There's the MVP, but there's also the MDP, the most dud player of the year. So far, halfway point. And your nominees are Dak Prescott. Oh, he's only making $86.3 million a year. Leave him alone. With endorsements, over $100 million. I'm just throwing that in there.
Crazy.
Aaron Rodgers, obviously. I mean, hey, Aaron, you did this to yourself. And at number 3 is Bryce Young. Now, listen, he's young. Yeah, we can pick on him, not pick on him. He was the number 1 draft pick. He's back playing now, but that's only because Andy Dalton's family got into a car accident and he couldn't play last week. So not exactly
Wow.
the circumstances.
How convenient, Bryce.
Yeah.
How convenient.
Where were you? Where were you?
Where were you?
Where were you? Interesting. We'll get to that in a
Is that
minute.
a Bronco you drive?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
MDP. Who do you got?
It's Bryce Young. Look, at least the other 2 people. Look, okay, hold on. In order, Aaron Rodgers,
Right.
At least you can blame the age factor and
Okay.
over the hill. And
Good point.
You had your
He's
turn.
kind of like Biden. He's like losing it.
He's losing.
He's losing it.
He's losing it. He's losing it, Jerry. Dak Prescott, pound for pound, yeah, maybe the argument most disappointing because of the money and the payroll. But here's the thing. They still won last week
No, they didn't.
against 49ers.
They lost. 49ers won.
Oh, this got awkward.
Yeah, the 49ers won.
No, they didn't.
Dude, you might want to check.
Yeah, you're right. I won my fantasy
Yes,
with CD.
that's
Lamb.
right. There you
yeah,
go.
there
Yeah.
it is. That's
He did
what
have
I'm
a big
going
game,
with. Yeah,
CD.
he had a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I haven't got it. So, here's the thing. At least the Cowboys. I'm not even surprised by this, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
Right?
I hear you. Yeah, I get.
But here's
I
the
can see where you're
thing.
coming from.
Dak Prescott could have a bad season
Mm-hmm.
and still not tank the franchise.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
They've still been able to make the playoffs with him.
Right.
He can still play.
Mm-hmm.
He can still be at least relied upon.
Right.
Maybe he's just having a terrible season, and maybe they have over expectations. Okay.
Okay.
Bryce Young,
Right.
first round pick.
Yeah.
Everyone complaining why he got traded.
Mm-hmm.
The big hopeful has now destroyed the franchise.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you. I'm with you.
Franchise
Yeah.
is destroyed.
Right.
This isn't even Cleveland Browns destroyed.
Right.
That's
pretty destroyed.
That's beyond destroyed.
Right.
So him.
So you're taking.
I'm taking him. That's the biggest disappointment.
I'm stuck. I'm literally stuck with this one because Bryce Young, to me, you know what, man? When there's a franchise that came to you one day, you're coming out of Alabama, right? And they're saying, we want you to lead this team to a Super Bowl one day.
Right.
He goes, no problem, boss. He basically lied on his resume. Like and not that he just has not figured it out and it doesn't look like he will. Okay?
Nope.
He could get traded. He could go somewhere else.
He's bust.
I think he's a bust.
Yep.
And he may be that guy that they call the bust of all busts. Like Jamarcus Russell right now is going, please, God, please let him be the bust of all busts, right?
Yep.
Trey Lance, who's standing right behind Dak Prescott, is going, please, God, let this guy be the guy.
Ryan
Leaf, another great call. Then you look at Dak and the amount of money he's making on America's team.
Yep.
You can't ignore that. You just can't. Then you look at Aaron and you're like, you literally got that. Aaron, you got everybody to do what you wanted to do. You tore your Achilles last year, fine. I watched that Houston game. Took my son for a little Halloweening, came back, watched that game. Houston was decimated with injury. Okay, you guys ended up winning. Your wide receivers are dropping touchdown balls before they even hit the goal line.
Yeah, but did you see that one catch?
I know, unreal. Don't get me wrong.
Is that better than Odell's?
I know everyone's talking about Odell's is way better.
I think this one's better.
Really?
Yeah. Can I?
No.
Can I tell you why?
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah, please.
If the look, the aesthetic, Odell is, has to go back.
Right.
Watch it again, uncontested.
Okay.
Whereas this catch, he's got to fend off with one arm,
right?
Fight the coverage,
right?
Do the backhand turnaround, grab loop-de-loop,
right?
In touch, awareness, sideline. I mean,
can I also? Okay, since we're talking about this game,
to break the play.
That wasn't a touchdown though.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. They called it a touchdown because they needed the Jets to win that game. That was not even a touchdown. I don't care what anybody says.
No. I agree. There's no way that's a touchdown.
No way that's a touchdown.
But here's the thing. Right. They all looked and said, guys, the Jets have had a bad enough season.
Exactly.
They're like, give it to this guy.
Give it to the kid. He deserves it. He's been working hard.
I mean, you take this play away,
they're dead.
Yeah. So, and the best is like everyone's like, yeah, I don't know, and miraculously they come back with the camera angle. See the shin. It was the
shin. It was the shin part.
The first shin before.
It was his phalange.
Meanwhile, the other guy's like, hey, the toenail was on the white line.
On the white line.
Come on.
So remember week one where likely his toenail was on the line, and they said, nah, not here. Nah, not on our watch.
Is this against Kansas City? Yeah!
Kansas City would have got suspended.
Suspension.
You don't catch balls like that here.
That's what they did. They're like, the shit was down, right? Was it?
They're like,
was the shit down?
Come on, Houston's not really going to win, are they?
They got some nerd over there. It's like, hurry up and Photoshop the damn thing, Gene. I'm trying my best.
Hold on. Do you guys want a good one or a bad one?
It's like bad Photoshop the guy's legs up. Yeah.
Okay.
The ruling on the field is that his shin was down.
So you called Rogers? You're calling Rogers for MDT?
No, Young.
Oh, Young.
Yeah.
Okay. I got to go Rogers. I do because, dude, it's getting to the point where it's to this last point.
Yeah.
They're doctoring the games now. It's an inside job all the way through, man. That's what's happening.
It's a conspiracy against Rogers, man.
All right, one last thing in the NFL. Anthony Richards, I don't know if you saw this. Richardson, sorry. Quarterback, Colts. During the game last week, they're playing Houston. This poor Houston team is getting involved in all the controversy.
Out of anyone.
He's been running around all game. It's his first game back since injury. Joe Flacco sitting on the sidelines, having some Gatorade going, yeah, listen, cayenne and water is my secret. All of a sudden, Richards is hitting his own head. Flacco, we need you in. He's like, what? What's going on? After the game, they go, Anthony, what happened? I was tired. I took myself out.
Yeah.
Thoughts on taking yourself out because you're tired? Oh, by the way, they benched him this week. I forgot to mention that.
Wow.
Yeah. Huh. Who knew?
You guys, here's the thing.
Right.
Everyone's gonna say that's the dumbest move of all time, and no work ethic,
right,
and laziness, and typical
horrible accuracy, by the way,
millennial, Gen Z, whatever you want to call them, and everything. And I get it.
Anthony, see that barn there? Can you hit that? No problem.
The barn door, just if I hit the barn in general, anywhere on the barn.
Yeah.
Can I get 5 yards plus minus? So I actually respect the move, Mitch.
Yes, buddy, you're taking my bit. Go
because
ahead.
there comes a point
yeah,
when you go and you look.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of being real. Just be real about things.
Yeah,
why?
Sure.
Why go and get embarrassed?
Yeah.
Like Bryce Young, you could learn something here.
Hell yes.
Okay. Like why go and be like, you know what? I know how this ends. It's third quarter. I'm getting sacked. I got no points. I don't need this on the books. Flacco.
Hey.
Come on.
Come on.
You're going to have to go in on this one.
Can you imagine the trainers? They're all like, what happened? What happened? Did you pull your thigh again?
He's like, honestly, guys, I'm exhausted.
I am wiped.
I don't know what it is. I slept well last night. I ate my meals, but I know we're doing some renos to the house, but I'm exhausted.
I'm so tired.
So just going to kick it back for this one. But here's the thing. Would you rather be someone who's honest and be exhausted?
Right.
Or be the Jets? With expectation.
That's a good point.
I think now he should go on the offensive. I think every game he's like, I think I got 4 plays this quarter.
See, you know what the problem is here? You know whose fault this is?
Kawhi Leonard.
Everybody's.
Kawhi Leonard.
It is, but follow me on this. Me and you, right before we came on the show, I was joking around with you going, who's in the right, who's in the wrong? Old generation versus new generation. We were joking around about it.
It's the old doctor dentist comment.
All I'm going to say is this. Hey, NFL. Hey, MLB. Hey, NHL. Welcome to the new world of sports.
Who is Kevin?
Coaches in NHL getting fired because you're yelling at the kids. MLB, like guys, there was guys that got sunburnt in tanning beds that put themselves on the IR. They're like, look, I got a burn. I have a burn. I can't play. Kawhi Leonard, I'm not feeling good today. I'm going to sit out. Yeah, some guy paid $50,000 to sit and watch me. I'm not going to be there. And now you're getting this. Richardson going, no. I'm tired. I'm not going to finish the game. I just need a couple of plays off.
Yeah.
This is the new world, my friends. This is it. And I'm happy we're here.
I don't mind. I think it was Kevin Garnett the other day which player was he blasting?
Probably him.
Yeah, it was probably himself, yeah. No, it was, I can't remember who it was, but he went off and he's like, no, you signed, the job calls for 82 games.
100%.
Of course, 100%.
Buddy, the NBA changed the rule. They changed the rule. Joel Embiid is being investigated by the NBA right now because he played in the Olympics, but he, weirdly enough, is not playing in the first game of the season for the Philadelphia 76ers.
He might have been talking about Embiid,
It could be. And this has been the big topic. Are people going, listen, I get where you guys want to be ready for the possibility of having them ready for April and May and June during a playoff run. But you can't ignore the fans and the people going, I'm here to watch this guy, and this guy not playing because he's, tired. Like, Anthony in this case.
Like, I'm sorry, you guys.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Sorry.
It's so crazy. You know what isn't crazy?
What?
Rapid banter. If you had to choose between Bryce Young and Anthony Richardson to be your franchise quarterback, who are you picking?
Richardson.
He's honest.
I'm taking the money and the schedule.
Exactly. Guess what's starting tomorrow? CFL playoffs. Who do you got? Red Blacks or Argonauts?
Who cares?
Winner takes on Montreal. Who you got in the Western pick? Saskatchewan Roughriders taking on the BC Lions.
Out of respect for Dr. Ryan Todd, I take the Riders.
The Riders. Oh yeah, what was that? What was that segment we used to do back in the day?
The Macklin.
The
Minute.
Macklin Minute. That's right. You know what? We should do one next week.
We should do it. Let's bring him on.
Yeah, please.
Let's bring him on.
Can we see him?
Yep.
Giselle is preggo with her new boyfriend's child. Proper protocol for Tom. Send a congrats or block her immediately or remind her that he's now a new owner with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Is Tom still dad?
Bronny got a standing ovation in Cleveland where he was born. Should he ask his dad for a trade to Cleveland?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's it. I loved it. They gave him standing O. Marc-Andre Fleury made his last stop in Pittsburgh. What should they have bought him for a gift?
A Penguins jersey.
That would have been amazing. Or maybe in hindsight now, statue. Just saying. Last one. Here we go. November 5th, big election in the States. Who you got, Kamala or Donald J. Trump?
Tie game.
Don't you dare.
Okay.
Don't you dare.
Fine. I'm picking Trump. Yeah.
You son of a bitch. You want this country to go? No, just joking. I got Trump too in a landslide. That's my 5-star pick of the week.
You want to make money? You want to make sports and betting great again? Pick Trump as Mitch's 5-star pick of the week.
Remember when I told you in the car there was something I want to talk to you about, but I didn't do it? That was it.
So that's amazing. That might be your best 5-star ever.
Okay.
Ever.
Thank you.
The way you did it, the politics. No one saw it coming.
No one saw it. Real quick, I don't want to stay on it.
Yeah.
How are you? What do you think of all this, like going on with the politics? Like, do you think it's gonna get crazy come Tuesday? Like, all jokes aside.
So here's the funny thing. I reached out to our chief market strategist. You might have seen I posted some things on him, right? And he comes in at work, and so I said to him like, "Hey, can we do a podcast or like a like a video podcast episode we do for work? I go, can we do it the Friday after the elections? Be nice, to hear like, what does this mean? What are the implications? Blah, blah, blah." And then I joked and I said, granted, we have the results.
Right. What was that?
Well, I mean, are we going to go through another one of those?
No, you're right. You're absolutely, buddy. A lot of people are saying it's going to take a week.
Let's wait a month to actually see. I just think that here's what I hope.
Yeah.
I just hope that the hoopla around elections is just finally over. Like, this is the season finale.
Listen,
it's season
well
6.
Said.
It's season 6 of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Walter White's back in.
Yeah.
Let him ride the sunset for a last hurrah. It's over.
That's a good point.
You did it. But I don't know. Of course, it's going to get crazy.
I've been following this a lot.
People can't help themselves.
I know. Listen,
they can't help
I'm not going to
themselves.
say anything more than this. I've been following it a lot, you guys, and number one reason, the drama. And am I going to be a little sad that it's over? Yeah, I am, because to Dimitri's point, it should all end come Tuesday.
Guys, there was 2 assassination attempts. There was a president who dropped. I mean, this thing, Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
This is a good storyline.
He's behind this.
He might be.
He might be.
He might be. Yeah.
Okay.
He might be.
He's been behind a lot of things lately that got him in trouble.
How weird is it that I said, who's going to win the election? And then now it's MAGA or MALAKA. Here we go. We had it first. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we're not MAGA people. MAGA is a word. Hello.
It's a Greek word.
It's a good word.
It's a great word.
It's a Greek word. Quite frankly, it's one of the...
Okay.
It's such a good word.
I need you to do all the answers in a Donald Trump accent.
Okay, I'm not good at it, though, but I will try.
Try your best.
Okay.
So here it is. MAGA Malaka. So Ryan Smith is the owner of the Utah Hockey Club. It's my new fascination. You guys all know this. I was listening to a podcast. He was talking about it. So first game of the season, who does he invite? Gary Bettman. He goes, Gary, get over here. We're going to go to the game. Okay, sure. Sounds great. They sit up close to the boards. He goes, aren't these great seats? He's like, well, listen, normally we don't sit here as owners. We sit up in the box. It's MAGA Malaka, proper protocol. Here we go. Looking both ways before you cross the street. MAGA or Malaka.
You got to look both ways.
Not one way or the other way.
But you got to look both ways. And I said, if you're going to look to the right, then you have to look to the left. And quite frankly, it's what we're missing in this country is looking both ways. I used to look both ways.
I gotta tell you, I made up the idea of you doing it. This is the greatest idea I've ever come up with.
I used to look both ways, but not many people look both ways anymore. I look both ways. I think that I would pick the right because the left is just gone too far. So I picked the right.
What? That's it. We're done. I don't want to do anymore. That was not good. That was not good.
I like it.
Chewing with your mouth open or talking with food in your mouth. MAGA or Malaka?
It's disgusting. You know, my parents, they taught me to chew with my mouth closed. It's how really you should chew. When I was president, I would chew with my mouth closed. And I'll tell you, if I was here in front of Putin, I would chew with my mouth closed because he would probably chew with it open because that's how he would chew, but I wouldn't chew like that. I would have the chewing done in one day if I was elected president. But then again...
I'm crying. Holding the door open for the ladies.
You got to hold the door open. That's what doors are for. You got to hold them open.
So it's a MAGA.
It's a MAGA because I built so many hotels and they said to me, we need the doors open. And I said, we have to keep them always open because you have to open them for ladies because that's what we do. And that's what's missing in this country. Nobody opens a door for a lady. They don't even hold the door open. The doors open themselves now. And now they're opening themselves. And you know, China's been taking all the doors. And now I put tariffs on all the doors in China. And I said, listen, my doors are bigger than your doors. MAGA, you got to hold the door open.
Buddy, you're fired.
I've never
you're
done it.
so fired right
By the way, I've never done.
I believe you.
This is it.
This is good.
This is rock.
This is so
One
good.
more.
No, two more. I got two more.
Okay.
Tipping the proper 20% at an establishment, MAGA or Malaka.
I'm not taxing tips for anyone anymore in this country because you can't. How are they supposed to make money? Inflation is through the roof because of Biden and Bidenomics, and you got to tip. Now, 20%, a little excessive. You got to show me that you're worth the money. I would say 15% is optimal. Malaka, Mitch.
Fuck, this is so good. Okay, two more. I swear to God, this is the second last one.
I'm running out of steam.
No, you got this. Not to discuss sex, religion, or politics at a party. MAGA or Malaka. And then one more, and that's it.
You can't talk. They said, don't talk politics. They said, don't do it. It's not good when you're making your rounds. And I said, you know what? I'll do what I want. Because that's what we're not talking about right now is enough sex or politics. And quite frankly, I remember it's the American way. You used to be able to have sex and talk politics. I did it allegedly with Stormy Daniels, but then again...
Buddy, so good. Last one. Here it is.
Number over.
When you lose, shaking hands with the other person, MAGA or Malaka.
You got to shake hands. You know, I'm the best handshaker out there. I've always shaken a hand. I shook Kim Jong-un's hand being the only person to walk into North Korea. And they said to me, don't shake his hand. Donald, why would you shake his hand? It's never been done before, but I shook his hand. And it's probably the best hand he's ever shook himself. He's never had a North American hand, but I gave him my hand. You got to shake hands.
Okay, listen to me very carefully, Amy. I don't give a shit where you work this week. I will pay your full wage. Yeah. You cut this MAGA Malaka. You get it out before November the 5th.
It's gotta be
and it is done. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't do this ever. Right now, right here. That was, buddy. That was fucking good. That was fucking good.
I like
the standing O in Pod Studio 2. Standing O. So good. So good.
It's so good.
Buddy, I'm sweating from laughing. I'm sweating from being fat and laughing. That's the two things.
That was not bad.
Oh.
I'd actually like to know. Okay, anyways, follow us on the channels. If you want more Trump,
follow.
It's the best sports podcast.
We're off the YouTube. They're never going to let this go on the YouTubes, but it was worth it.
It's a show. It's the greatest sports show. You know, I like sports. I said to Dana, Dana, there's got to be a show about sports. And he said, there's the sports show. At Sports Show Podcast. At Sports Show Podcast. Follow us on the channels. Podbean, Spotify, CJSW.com, 90.9 on the FM. We're on the third Tuesday of every single month. Subscribe. Look, you're getting the vids. You're getting the clips. This kind of gold right here.
That's right.
With Mitch and Dimitri.
Boom.
Follow and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thanks for everyone that supports us. But yeah, one for the books. We got to shove it in the locker. We do got to hit the showers. I really want to know what I sound like. Because I don't think I sound like Trump, but I got
You know what? You may not sound, but you got the verbiage.
I got
the got the verbiage
I got
down.
the high lows.
No, it's like not that. I'm talking like it's the verbiage. It's the way he talks. Like you got that down to a
science.
Got the
yeah. I could if
Holy
I work on
shit, man.
If I work on the voice.
And you know what's funny? Like if you take the MAGA Malaka, which I didn't know we were going to do this.
You didn't know.
I didn't know.
That was a last minute.
It was like talking about shaking hands, religion. Buddy, these are all his best bits.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
That was pretty good.
That was good. He now has to win the election.
He's got to win.
This won't work if he doesn't win.
I can't do a Kamala Harris.
You just laugh and look in the camera. I think that's all you do.
Yeah, and do one of these. My mom the other day, she goes, "What's with the hands?"
She's nervous.
She's nervous.
She's got to get on that Rogan.
You think it's gonna be a landslide? Hey,
I don't. You know what? I won't lie to you. I didn't think
now.
so. I didn't think so. But buddy, the steam that he's got over the last week, his rallies are out through the roof. I was watching a couple of me perusing the nets. Yeah. Politico, a website that you go on. All those swing states, he's leading in all. There were 7 swing states. He's leading in all 7 now.
That's what they're saying. Hey?
So, if the world works the way it should, I guess based on the polls and what they have as their math, that's the way it's going to go. If not, it is what it is. It is funny though. I will tell a quick story. On Monday, I met up with a good family friend of mine, and I know he's not his biggest fan, and I may have just brought it up just to ask.
He's not a Trump fan. You're saying
he's not a Trump fan in the slightest.
Gotcha,
and I'm telling you. And we're Canadian. This is what's crazy.
Yeah.
And I've been following this more than our own politics, right? But the truth is, I'm not the only one. There's something up with all of us wanting or really having a vested interest in this. And I get why, but on the other side, it's like, wow, are we really involved in this? Maybe even more so than we need to be.
I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Yeah.
Number one, of course, it is Trump. Like, the personality this guy has just punches through with this, right?
Sure.
But here's the other thing that everyone maybe doesn't realize why they're so invested. Of course, we're always going to be invested in what happens in the U.S., anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Superpower. Okay. We are now really getting to see these last 8 years how media and news really works.
Yeah, man.
That's what's behind a lot of it. People are like,
couldn't agree more.
Buddy, what about the Joe Rogan podcast?
Buddy, I'm listening.
It was off Google.
Yes. Did you see this?
You couldn't look at it on Google. And then Patrick Bet-David, they started doing this analysis, and you saw it. And
I saw it.
Democrat versus Republican supporters,
yeah.
and you see the tech companies. Look, the tech company's fine. You want to support them.
Yeah,
whatever.
that's fine.
It's your prerogative.
Yeah.
But it's like, so let me get this straight. You literally made the Joe Rogan podcast because Trump was on it unsearchable. That's what's behind that. It's that fuels the anger.
If this is 2024, in 2028, when the election comes up again,
won't be like this.
I actually disagree with you. I actually think podcasts and this form of media will now be the new media going forward.
That I agree with.
Yeah.
100%.
Right.
It just, when he's out of it, it won't be as polarizing.
Oh, well, you know what?
Can I tell you what?
Yeah, you're right. No, Donald is his own world,
because
man.
He's special.
Yes, 100%, bro.
He's just a
But let me ask you this.
Unicorn.
Since we're on the topic of it and we're after hours, you know, having a couple of drinks at the bar. I actually think that it's like it should be, and I'm going to throw this out there. The Democrats can look at this, and if they end up losing, they can say, well, we lost because we weren't, Kamala came in late to the game and blah, blah. Here's my thing on it. Every good sports team, if we're going to stay on the sports thing, has to start looking at why did that team win the championship?
Right.
Oh, they did this, this, and this. Watch out for 2028 where the Democrats pull out, I'm not going to say Donald Trump, but they're going to bring out a personality. Whoever runs in 2028, Governor Newsom is a good example, right? Yeah. This guy is his own little personality. This guy is his way of being. Yeah. Watch out. 2028, you thought this was fun? 2028 is going to be crazy because the Republicans have some guys in the shed. They got them ready to go. A little Vivek, J.D. Vance, the vice president to be. Those guys are polarizing in their own way. Now the Democrats have to go to the cellar and start finding some dudes that can, and women, that can match up to that. Watch out for 2028, my friend. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, media is going to be different, but
No, I'm talking about the actual candidates.
Oh, the candidates. Well, it's going to be a reset button.
I think the Democrats go to the well, Dimitri, and I think they're going to reset going, we work, like...
Of course
like Obama is Obama, right? Like, he was his own polarizing self. They got to find another Obama type of person.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
they do.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah,
they do. Look, to me, this is a blip in time. Like, no one ever expected a personality like a Trump to ever get in and win. And then people tried to mimic it.
Right.
A populist type movement tried to mimic it all around the world to be like, oh, is that what wins?
That's what I'm saying.
If you're on this one over here.
But it is winning. It is working around the world, Dimitri. That's what I'm saying. The Democrats are going to come back in 2028 with a similar type of idea. Their own version of their Democratic Donald Trump.
One of Trump's sons.
What? There it is. Have a great week. Okay. What a show. What a show.
She don't know the difference between this and them. Now you about to witness. Where freedom is so now.
W was Saved by the Bell by the Sports Show, playing every week. Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, Sports Show TV, at Sports Show Podcast. Amy, do it. At Sports Show Podcast.
Locked in.
Amy can do anything.
She's the best.